It is officially FOMC day, and a big one actually, as Bitcoin is at a pretty big decision point here as we get prepared for the event, which is soon to come actually. Anyways, I have received my bag, and that means that I have access to my facilities yet again, but I didn't really have time to set them up today, unfortunately, as we do kind of move around. But with that in mind, I think we can just jump right into this one. I wanted to point out a few things heading into this event and in major areas to be aware of, and a few new things on top of that. So first things first, let's start off right in over here with the 12-hour time frame. We do see that Bitcoin is starting to see a silver cross on this time frame. That's being the yellow 21 exponential moving average and the green 55 exponential moving average. And of course, within the past year, I marked off all the areas where we've seen that cross happen, and as you can see, generally speaking, it has gotten some good medium-term moves. Some better than others, obviously. This one coming off of the basically the low thus far, was pretty damn good, obviously. But even on what I would consider pretty much a trap move, this one being the October move in 2022, still did produce a net gain from time of the cross, which was right here, to the next high of about 5.5%, and then of course did lead it into what some might consider a bit of a black swan, with FTX dumping out to all damn hell. Anyways, in this case, it does look like Bitcoin retains that same sort of cross going on over here, especially as long as it's above the same pivot that we spoke about yesterday, same area that is relevant, 26,600. So everything kind of hinges upon that region, meaning that if Bitcoin does fail and come back down below and close below, more importantly, 26,600, then, well, we can probably look at a retest of, basically last week's lows. But for right now, as long as Bitcoin's above there, again, 26,600, probabilities and momentum and in moving average to start to switch into upside posturings. So with that in mind, I also do want to point out that the 4-hour time frame is potentially forming some hidden bullish divergence here if it can confirm a local low. So how would you confirm a local low in this case? Well, we need to see a 4-hour closure back above about 27,300, and then we would have lower lows on RSI plus higher lows on price action. Now, moving on to the next thing, I did want to go over the HPDR range indicator, ranges on the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, 27,300 about the average of the range. Current low side of the range still 26.6. So again, below 26.6, you will start to hear me take on a little bit more of a short-term bearish tone if we do see closure below there coming off the back of this FOMC event. Obviously, that would be a pretty obvious signal. But until then, I am still leaning towards, I guess, upside based off of what we spoke about in the past few days, and what we'll actually go over a little bit at the end of this video as well. But anyways, before that, the top side of the current 4-hour range still the same as yesterday at about just below $28,000. And I would like to check out stochastic momentum to see where those pivots do align with. So daily time frame remains the upside as long as Bitcoin's above 26,000 bucks, that is, on a closing basis. 12-hour time frame is going to be actually turning down below 27.4. So do start to keep some of these numbers in mind, because we will swing back to this later. 6-hour time frame also going to be actually turning up above 27,250. Bitcoin a few bucks below that right now, so technically would be down on the next closing period. 4-hour time frame is going to also be down below 27,350, and hourly is going to be showing upside above 27,100. So what does it all mean? What does it all fucking mean? So when I'm looking at this and I see pretty much all the lower and medium-term timeframes in alignment with each other, that does imply that short-term Bitcoin BULAs do need to maintain pressure to the upside, meaning that, with a catalyst like the FOMC coming up, we would expect that if Bitcoin is going to, be bullish, we would expect this to maintain above all those pivots. So basically at around 27,350, 27,400 by end of day to keep up the current momentum and continue on with this rally closer to 28,000 bucks. Anyways, I want to finish this analysis by going back to the 2-day time frame over here. And once again, just, cover this one up because it did close last night. So we do have some new things to be speaking about. Let me go to the proper chart here. There we go. And as you can see, 2-day time frame BBWP has, oh man, did I delete my chart? Oh, I can't believe that. Oh man, that is the worst. All right. I do believe that 2-day time frame BBWP is in the process of expanding right here. Would like to see one more closure to fully confirm it, because I do want to see that moving average also have a positive slope and preferably get above the 15 percentile marker. But for right now, we can see that volatility is in the process of very likely expanding, while the 2-day time frame stochastic oscillator is pointing to the upside, as long as Bitcoin's above 27,200. Now, for the long setups that we've seen with this particular signature, there has been just under a 79% strike rate when that is present. So when I say present, I mean volatility expansion plus the stochastic oscillator also pointed in the upside direction. For the full history of Bitcoin, there's been 19 of those prior examples. Anyways, the average return of those 19 examples was about actually 28%, which is pretty damn high, with the standard deviation of 10. So, you know, basically mid-teens to like mid-30s is kind of what we do expect as far as a resolution of this, assuming that it continues to expand. Like I said, I would like to see one more closure really to confirm it, just because when we do see a quick kind of contraction into an expansion phase like this, a lot of the time it will kind of, fuck around and base for a little bit longer. Although this one actually didn't work out to the downside, so yeah, fair enough. Anyways, if we do play around with numbers here and we do check out, what would Bitcoin look like if it were to gain, actually the resolution point would be from here, would gain about 15% to the upside. That would put Bitcoin back just above 30,000 bucks. So that would be within the cards, assuming that we do continue to see expansion. If it does flip around to the downside, obviously we can apply that to the downside. Again, Bitcoin below like 26.6 is going to start to raise a bit of concerns. But for right now, probability is still favoring the upside. We would essentially expect the FOMC event to be a catalyst for this if it is going to continue. Speaking of FOMC, I did want to just quickly check out Dixie. We can see that it is pulling back here, putting in a bit of a short-term high. I expect that is also going to be, that's also going to come with 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence on the daily, and the daily jewel maybe even getting a downside signal right there too. Not supported by DMI, so probably not like a super nasty one, but pullback. A 3 drives of bearish divergence on the daily could very easily pull back. I mean, to at least the daily 21. So that would be down here at about 104.45 region. And if things get really crazy, could pull all the way back down to wherever the green 55 exponential average is. So, if the old phrase of "show me the charts and tell me the news" is anything to go by, it does look like the FOMC meeting might be a catalyst for the dollar coming down a bit. The FOMC, of course, tonight is, for you probably in America in the day, is basically expected to have a pause or at least no rate change. So I expect if that happens, we probably will see the rally continue. If Bitcoin, or if Jay Powell does decide to raise the rates, then probably a bit of a pullback, and then check that 26.6 region. And of course, if they cut, which I think is extremely unlikely, probably not even worth talking about, then you already know, so we won't even talk about it. But yeah, I think that's a good place for me to be leaving off on this particular video. Again, a bit of a short and sweet one. Tomorrow I should have time to actually go through the full rigmarole and actually set this baby up, which I'm excited for because, we're going to be here for a while. So so I'll leave things at that. As always, I want to wish you the best. Wishing you the best as always. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow.